Over the years, the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids has collected a number of quotes from tobacco companies targeting young people. Here's just one quote. Today's teenager is tomorrow's potential regular customer, and the overwhelming majority of smokers first began to smoke while still in their teens. The smoking patterns of teenagers are particularly important to Philip Morris, unquote. Stay tuned for Health Watch for an especially insightful edition coming up next. Hello, I'm Terrence Anderson, and this is Health Watch. Now, I know that it wasn't that long ago that we talked about cigarette smoking in Virginia, but we're talking about a situation here that demands real attention, how teenagers are being targeted by tobacco companies, and how we can counter aggressive marketing to teens in Hampton Roads. So, what did you think of that quote from Philip Morris? Teenagers are a prime target market for the tobacco industry. Here are a couple of other noteworthy quotes. Evidence is now available to indicate that the 14 to 18-year-old group is an increasing segment of the smoking population. RG Reynolds Tobacco must soon establish a successful new brand in this market if our position in the industry is to be maintained in the long term, unquote. How about this one from Brown and Williamson? Kool's stake in the 16 to 25-year-old population segment is such that the value of this audience should be accurately weighted and reflected in current media programs, unquote. It goes on to say, quote, all magazines will be reviewed to see how efficiently they reach this group, unquote. And it's just not cigarettes. Here's a quote from U.S. Tobacco about Cherry Skull chewing tobacco. Quote, Cherry Skull is for someone who likes the taste of candy, if you know what I'm saying, unquote. So, with all of these revealing quotes, it goes without saying that tobacco companies are aggressively targeting teenagers and young people. Remember Joe Camel? But if that is not enough for you, consider the following statistics. 1 in 3 Virginia students have tried smoking. That's 17% of middle school students and 45% of high school students. 10% of Virginia youth started smoking before age 13, and 13% of students smoked in the past 30 days. An estimated 217,000 students enrolled in Virginia schools in grades 6 through 12 have reported they have smoked, including 85,000 who smoked in the past month. 33,200 of Virginia youth under the age 18 will try cigarettes for the first time. Alarmingly, 152,000 of Virginia young people alive today will eventually die from smoking. 336,000 of Virginia youth are exposed to secondhand smoke at home. And remember, these numbers are just for Virginia youth. And while the numbers of young smokers have declined nationwide, they continue to be aggressively targeted by tobacco companies. So, that is our topic today on Health Watch, teen smoking. Specifically, we're going to share information about a very special program being jointly sponsored by the Norfolk, Hampton, Virginia Beach, Portsmouth, and Peninsula Health Districts of the Virginia Department of Health, as well as the Eastern Virginia Medical Schools Consortium for Infant and Child Health CINCH program, the Tidewater Community College, Teens with a Purpose, the Movement, the Illuminating Good Health Coalition, the Coalition for a Tobacco-Free Peninsula, the Garden of Hope and My Sister's Keeper program, and the American Cancer Society South Atlantic Division. I have the great pleasure now of introducing you to some friends of mine, some teenagers and a parent who are going to help us explore the subject of teen smoking. We're going to have some very interesting conversation. But first, let's take a look at the smoking cessation public service announcement that I recently produced. It features some of the teens that are joining us today and was directed by quite a stellar talent that lives right here in Hampton Roads. He is good friend and talented filmmaker Monty Ross. Monty's name is one that may be familiar to you. He served as the vice president of production for Spike Lee's legendary 40 Acres and a Mule film production company, and he co-produced such groundbreaking films as Malcolm X, School Days, She's Gotta Have It, Brooklyn, and Clockers. So, let's roll the spot.
He's smoking.
Hydrogen is that? Carbon monoxide. Ammonia?
He really was smoking. He smoked cigarettes.
for some of the chemicals in cigarette smoke.
757 Smoke-Free Teens. 757 Smoke-Free Teens.
Join 757 Smoke-Free Teens and enter a contest to create a smoke-free message. Deadline for entries is 11:59 p.m. Friday, October 24th, 2014. Visit us at www.757smokefreeteens.com.
757 Smoke-Free Teens.
Okay, I want to introduce these folks to you, and I'm going to have them start by telling you who they are, their name, and for the adults, I want to ask you your age, but for the young guys, I want you to tell us your age, okay? And your name is?
Paris Brown, and I'm 16 years old.
All right, and she is one of my students. Another student is?
Anthony Bragg, and I'm 17.
17, Anthony Bragg, and I'm 17. And your name, my dear?
Anaya, and I'm 12.
12 years old. You're pretty 12. Okay, I'm going to come over here, then I'm going to come back to you guys. And your name is?
Destiny Harrell, and I'm 12.
Destiny, and you as well as Paris and Anthony were featured in that spot we just did. And?
I'm Maddie Solak, and I'm 14.
14. And you, my dear, Maddie's mom?
I'm Jan Solak, Maddie's mom.
Well, what is your age? I'm just kidding. Don't tell us. Don't tell us. Okay, we're going to go upstage here now. And these folks are partners on the 757 Smoke-Free Teens campaign. We're going to talk about that a little more in just a few. This is an intern with the Eastern Virginia Medical School, and your name is?
Ayana Floyd.
Ayana Floyd?
Yes.
You're an intern, but I will resist the temptation of asking you what your age is. And I better not ask your age, because I know you jacked me up, right? And
Right.
And your name?
Pat Davidson, and I'm the senior health educator from Virginia Beach Health Department.
We are so glad to have you part of 757 Smoke-Free Teens. Good friend, a very talented young lady.
Angela Mitchell, and I am helping with the 757 Smoke-Free Teens campaign.
Thank you, Angela. And this is the lady that keeps me in tow. And your name is?
That's right. I'm Megan Whitehill, and I work for the Eastern Virginia Medical School.
Well, again, guys, I want to thank you all for joining us today. And I want to talk about the chemicals that were that we talked about in the commercial. We talked about some 7,000 chemicals that were in cigarette smoke. 70 of which, more than 70 of them, are carcinogenic, which means that they can cause cancer. Did you know that before we started working on the commercial, that there were so many chemicals?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah. How about you, Anthony?
No.
No?
Nope.
And what do you think about that? What do you think about all those chemicals that are in cigarette smoke? They're pretty harmful. Have you thought about that at all? When we had an opportunity to prepare for this. So what did you think?
I thought that it was pretty dangerous because a lot of people smoke, and that's a lot of chemicals.
I need to warn my director now that I'm probably going to go off script a bit, because I think this is going to be some very, very good conversation. Do you know any teenagers? Do you know any young people that smoke?
No, not really.
No? Do any of you know any young people that smoke? Yeah, I don't want you to mention names, but are these close friends of yours?
Some of them, and then some. Like, it's a lot of teens that smoke in my school. So.
Okay, and they're not allowed to smoke on the school campus, though?
No, they're not allowed to.
Okay. All right. Anthony, do you know any teenagers that smoke?
I know some, but they're not friends.
They're not friends?
No.
Why do you guys think teenagers smoke? Maddie, what do you think? Any thoughts on that? Why do you think they smoke?
I think it's kind of like advertised a lot, and it kind of looks popular, and makes you look cool. I don't know.
You say you think it's advertised a lot. Have you seen a cigarette advertisement recently?
Not recently, but they happen to talk about it at school a lot.
Oh, really?
As part of health, to tell us to not smoke.
Jan, have you thought at all about teenagers smoking? Why do you think teenagers smoke? Any idea?
Even from the time when we were young,
right.
It's always considered to be a cool thing. And definitely back then the TVs portrayed that. Everybody smoked on TVs. It was considered cool. It's breaking the rules.
Right.
It's like almost a rebel thing without realizing the damage they're doing to their bodies.
I remember the Marlboro Man and the Winston Man.
And Joe Camel.
And Joe Camel. How about it? Ayana, you're probably too young to remember those cigarette commercials. They're probably long gone before you were born. Quick question, though. Why do you think teenagers smoke? You're close enough to that age. Why do you think teenagers smoke?
One reason I believe is well, for women, I think that they believe that the cigarettes suppress their appetite and help them
really?
lose weight. Yes.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I guess to some degree, it really doesn't necessarily suppress the appetite. It gives them something else to deal with rather than stuffing food.
Exactly.
Pat, what do you think, my dear?
I agree with her, and I also think for young kids, they think it makes them look older. That's kind of I'm growing up if I smoke.
It's no accident that they call cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, cool's cool,
exactly.
right.
It's no accident that your chances of starting smoking are when you're young. You know, once you get in your 20s, it's very rare for somebody to start smoking then.
Right. Angela, any thoughts?
Also, I think it has a lot to do with peer pressure. Teenagers may see those that are older than them smoking, and they may think, like you said, that that's cool for them to do. Also, a lot of the tobacco companies will use famous stars that the teens really look up to, and they'll see them smoking, and they think it's cool. They think it's something that they should do, so they do it. One popular
way of smoking now are the e-cigarettes, and I noticed that they are tapping celebrities to promote e-cigarettes.
Yes,
what are your thoughts, my dear, on teen smokers?
I agree with what they said down there. I think that you want to look older, you want to look cool, you want to kind of be in the in group, and a lot of times cigarettes kind of gives you that rebel feel. So I think that there's a lot of appeal to kids to want to be a little different, a little edgy. And I think that does that as well as with the celebrities. I mean, I've seen pictures with celebrities, and the branding on cigarettes is definitely geared towards women and young teens.
And young people.
Absolutely.
Anthony, I want to ask you, have you seen any kind of cigarette advertisement recently at all? Have you seen anything? And if you did, where did you see it? I asked all of you that. Maddie, you answered that, but Destiny, Paris, and Anaya, and Anthony? Have you not seen anything?
Nope.
How about you, Paris? Have you seen anything like? And a lot of times we forget that even though it is not, they call it brand placement in movies, product placement, where you see somebody smoking in a movie. Though we don't necessarily see the brand name, we might see that. Have you seen folks smoking in movies or music videos? Yeah.
All the time.
All the time. What would you say to a teenager? You say you know people that smoke, you know teens that smoke. What would you say to them about smoking? Why is it such a bad thing?
Well, at first I would share the facts, like all the chemicals that are in there, because I didn't even know that all those chemicals were in cigarettes, so I'm pretty sure they don't know, because they probably started, with peer pressure and trying to look cool. They didn't really look into, cigarettes or anything like that. So.
Anaya, again, I have a granddaughter called Anaya. My granddaughters call me G-Daddy. But have you seen anyone smoke at all?
Not in places where I go, not usually, no.
Okay. You guys, you have probably heard of, and again, guys, I'm going off script here a bit, but have you heard of secondhand smoke? You know what secondhand smoke is?
It's when you're around people who smoke and you take in everything that they're smoking. Well, not everything, but some of the things.
Okay, but that's pretty dangerous itself, because if we're talking about the 7,000 chemicals being in cigarette smoke, if you're in the area there's cigarette smoke, you can pick up those chemicals as well.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on secondhand smoke, Maddie? Have you had an opportunity to think about that at all as we were preparing for today?
Yeah. I know it's pretty dangerous, not only because of all the chemicals that are in it, but you don't know who has asthma, who's really can't handle it. And so you see people smoke around other people. They don't even think about what they're giving off and how it can affect some people worse than others.
I'm glad you mentioned asthma. Several of us were in a meeting this morning at the EVMS since dealing with the respiratory health work group, and a principal thing that we were talking about is asthma, an asthma action plan, and a lot of folks are completely unaware that if someone has a chronic respiratory illness, smoking can in fact be very hazardous indeed. Okay, so I'm going to come to center stage here and make a confession. I have smoked. I smoked for many years, but I've stopped. Anyone here ever smoked? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, how long did you, I don't need to talk through this mic, but how long did you smoke?
Too long. I don't want to age myself, but I started when I was about 16 and smoked for very many years. It was really difficult to quit. And I tried many times.
How did you stop? How did you eventually stop?
Well, I think one thing is you have to get to the point where you really want to stop. It can't be where you're just thinking about it. But I actually used Shantex to do it, and I was finally successful using that.
And how many attempts did you?
Probably over the years, probably at least 6 or 7, which isn't uncommon. And I even would quit smoking for a year or two. Smoking very much is when you quit, you quit. Because if you smoke a cigarette again, you wake up all those nicotine receptors in your brain, and you're right back where you started from. That's
a very good point. This is, again, something that's unscripted, but we refer people, much of our programs are sponsored by the Tobacco Use Control Project from the Virginia Department of Health. And the Virginia Department of Health has works with the Quit Now program. We can give that number. We won't have it up on the screen, but if you could give that number and tell us a little bit about Quit Now Virginia. What is the Quit Now Virginia program?
Quit Now Virginia is the free counseling service. You call 1-800-QUIT-NOW, QUITNOW. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head for the letters, but Quit Now, you can figure it out. And what you do is you call 1-800-QUIT-NOW, and they meet you where you are. So if you are ready to set up a quit plan, then these counselors, they're certified addiction counselors, and they will help you either set up a quit plan, or they'll help you to start where you are. So what are your triggers? Do you have 4 kids at home and it's very stressful? What stresses you out? So where are you? Where do you want to be? And how can we guide you along the way? So it's an awesome program, and I recommend it to anyone who is looking to quit.
Good. Any other comments about smoking cessation? My father smoked for many years, and it took him several times. And the way he stopped, it just gave me a new appreciation for him, because once he decided to stop, he quit cold turkey, just put the cigarettes down. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. So how long did your husband smoke?
My husband was a pack and a half a day smoker for about 5 or 6 years. So from the time he was 14 till he was early 20s, and. Wow. He woke up one day and he said, I don't want to do this anymore. And he got very, very ill smoking. He was like, I'm not going to do this. And then he started smoking again. And then he got very ill that day. And he's like, all right, I'm done. Message came through loud and clear. I'm done.
An illness will get your attention.
Yeah, it was good. So I'm glad.
I think that there are a number of different ways that we can encourage teenagers to stop smoking. And one of them, of course, I'm of the impression that teenagers do not have a whole lot of money to spend, on different things. And for a teen that smokes, a pack of cigarettes costs $6 a day. So I'm hoping that we can put this up on the screen here. Yeah, here you go. So at $6 a day, for a pack of cigarettes, in just 1 week, you're going to spend $42. In 2 weeks, you spend $84. In 1 month, you spend $186 on cigarettes. Every quarter, that's every 3 months, your cost would be $558. Over 6 months, you're spending $1,116. In 1 year, that's $2,232. Over 5 years, the total would be $11,160. Now that's based at $6 a day, $6 a pack, okay? And there are some people, of course, that smoke a lot more than 1 pack a day. I ran into a gentleman who was in a hospital. He was smoking 3 packs a day. So you want to multiply all of those things by 3. Do you think that if a teen smoker knew how much money that they were spending on cigarettes, you think that would be incentive for them to stop? Yeah. I mean, you have $11,000 in 5 years? No. And that would get your attention. What do you think you could buy for $11,000? Well, if you don't know, I just happen to have it for you. And I'm going to give you that information. For $11,000, you could buy a pair of 18-karat white gold flower earrings with 2 stars made of diamonds. You could buy an all-inclusive, all-expenses-paid vacation package for 6 nights and 5 days, including airfare, in Barbados at the luxurious Alma Casarina Beach Resort. In 2009, you could have bought a brand new Nissan Cube. According to an article in the New York Times in 2011, that would be, you could get 1 year of college at an average cost of $10,747. On October 10th, 2012, you could buy 17.34 shares of Apple stock. You know, that's the company that makes the iPhone, right? You could buy more than 17 shares at $643.47 each. That's a lot of money. Do you think if kids knew that they could save that money rather than buying cigarettes, that they would stop smoking?
Yeah, they would, because everybody wants that.
How about it? Maddie, what you think?
I think in a way it could, but I think it could also backfire.
Tell me, how's that?
Well, if you stop spending your own money on it, you'll find other ways to get it. Like getting one from a friend who you like knows already gonna buy a pack, or I mean even maybe going at lengths to steal it.
Well, let me ask you something. If I had a friend, well, let me ask you, if you had a friend that was borrowing $11,000 over 5 years, would you continue supporting their habit?
Probably not.
Yeah, because the person that they're bumming a cigarette from, because that was again for a pack of cigarettes, they would have to be bumming 20 cigarettes a day. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know anyone that's that good a friend. What do you think of that? That's a lot of money, Anthony. I call you Mr. Moneybags. I know you got a lot of money. I'm gonna be like you when I grow up. What do you think of spending all that money for cigarettes?
Oh, I wouldn't do that at all.
You wouldn't do that at all?
No.
So you would do all these other things. If I know this guy, he would take that vacation in Barbados.
Yes.
Okay. Any thoughts? Anaya, what about you, my dear?
I would love to have that type of money.
You would love to have that type of money.
Yeah, that's a good amount of money, and it's crazy that people with cigarettes are spending that much money for one pack.
For one pack. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Have either of you ever thought about smoking? You can tell the truth. Say again?
Not cigarettes.
Not cigarettes. No. What have you thought about smoking?
Well, I haven't.
I know you didn't mean it like that, but I had to put you on the spot. Yeah. You know, smoking is certainly an absolutely horrible thing that you can do. With 7,000 chemicals, it can do remarkable damage to you. And look at the chemicals that we saw, embalming fluid and so forth. That really gets your attention. All right, let's talk about 757 smoke-free teens. I'm going to come over here to you, my dear. What is 757 smoke-free teens, and how does it work?
757 Smoke-Free Teens is a contest, and we are asking teens from the ages of 12 to 18 to participate. And you can make a lyric or a spoken word. So you can write out the lyrics, you can sing them to us, whatever you want to do. You can make a poster, or you can make a PSA like we just saw, and all of you guys did an awesome job with that. So you've got all of those options to do, and we are going to ask that everything be turned in by October 24th at 11:59 p.m. And then we have a big event scheduled on November 16th at the Roper Center at TCC. So it's a really cool thing to let kids who want to produce art do it in the way that they do best.
Very good. Very well done. Pat, do you have anything you'd like to add?
No, just that we're looking forward to see what the kids come up with, because I think there's a lot of creative teens out there, and I think they're going to impress us.
Oh, I think so. Angela, you've been tasked with recruiting teenagers, and so you're trying to get as many teenagers involved as we can possibly can.
Yes, we want all teens to enter. We have a lot of very, very creative talents in the 757, so we don't want you all to be afraid. We want you to enter, show us what you've got.
Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, guys. I want to thank you all so very much for joining us today. You know, it's been a real pleasure. We are really trying to recruit teens to submit things. So if you want to submit something into the 757 Smoke-Free Teens contest, please do so. And tell all of your friends about it, because we're just trying to get as many kids as we possibly can to submit entries. Okay, so let's tell you about 757 Smoke-Free Teens. You can make your submissions to our website. You can go to www.757smokefreeteens.com. You see we're also available on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. You can reach us by phone at 757-774-8961, 757-774-8961. The contest deadline, again, is 11:59 p.m. Friday, October 24th, 2014. And we're going to have an event to everyone is going to be featured in this event on November 16th, Sunday, November 16th, at the TCC Roper Performing Arts Center. And the first, second, and third place winners will appear on Health Watch, be featured in an article in the New Journal and Guide. Guys, again, I want to thank you so very much for joining us today for this edition of Health Watch. It's been great fun, and we're going to talk. Okay, guys, thank you so very much. We want to thank you for joining us again for this very important edition of Health Watch. If you have any questions about Health Watch, you can go and visit us online at www.norfolk.gov/HealthWatch. You can give me a call at 757-683-8836. Again, that's 757-683-8836. You can also send me an email at terrence.affer-anderson@vdh.virginia.gov. Again, that's terrence.affer-anderson@vdh.virginia.gov. And remember, guys, if you know any teenagers that smoke, please encourage them to stop. And if you know teenagers who might be interested, that are especially creative, you want to send them to our website, www.757smokefreeteens.com. I'm Terrence Affer-Anderson, and this has been Health Watch.